Hello, hello, my friends. Ask and ye shall receive. Today's video is the first preview video that I am doing for a Caramel Sundays launch. Now, who is Caramel Sundays? We're going to talk about that in this video. If you have been with my channel any length of time, you guys know that this is kind of like a newcomer to my candle collection lineup. This is a brand that I have been purchasing from the last couple of months. They've really stolen my heart, and a lot of you guys are pretty intrigued by it. A lot of you guys have given me some feedback that you would like me to talk a little bit more about this brand on my channel. And so that is what I'm going to do today. Now, this video, not only is it like a new video, so that's exciting for me to film, it's also exciting for me to be putting up because this is a collaboration with my friend Drew Yock. So Drew and I have been friends now, like YouTube friends, I would say, for a little while now, a couple of years at least. Drew has a channel here on YouTube that is actually quite a bit larger than mine. He's been doing this a lot longer than I have. I think he started his channel when he was a teenager. He's still a pretty young buck compared to this old gal here. But anyways, I love his channel. He does a lot of hauls. He has some empties. He also likes to cover more high-end and luxury candles. I mean, he'll still do a lot of like Kringle. Every once in a while, you'll see some Bath and Body Works thrown in there as well. But he has an affinity for like small business candles as well as more luxurious ones, say like Diptyque or Lofco. In fact, he just did a video a little while ago, not very long ago at all, covering a big Lofco haul. So anyways, I am very excited because Drew and I, well, we love candles. We also love cats. That's kind of a fun little connection that we have. He is over on the East Coast. I'm here on the West Coast. And anyways, we've just formed a little bit of a connection. And I actually, I wouldn't say I did, but like, he was kind of intrigued about the Caramel Sundays brand. And so when I started purchasing, and then not only my reviews, but then he was seeing some other people, he recently decided to start purchasing from them as well, and he has been thoroughly impressed. So we thought that it would be really fun to do a video like this where we are going to be going over the brand. We're going to be talking about the products that are going to be launched, how you can get your hands on them. And then also we are going to be sharing with you what our personal wish lists are for this launch. So as soon as you are done with this video, please head on over to Drew's to check it out. Or if you are coming over from Drew's channel and you've never visited mine, hi, I'm Katie. I love to talk all things candles here on my channel. I do dedicated reviews. I do like preview videos like this. I do empties. I do hauls. I do a bunch of fun stuff in between all of that. So if you like candle content, I think you would like sticking around here. Drew and I are both Kringle Candle brand ambassadors, so we also kind of have that little bit of a connection. We like clean burning candles, I think. We like fragrant candles. We like gourmands. But there are some things that we have a little bit different taste in candles too. So if you're just joining me over here from his channel, a very warm welcome to you. So let's go ahead and talk about Caramel Sundays. First and foremost, I do just want to get this out of the way. This video is not sponsored. There's no PR. I have no affiliation with Caramel Sundays. There's no affiliate. I am not getting paid at all. This is just simply me wanting to throw my support behind and get the word out about a small business that I have been supporting over the last couple of months. I've been highly impressed with the last couple of purchases that I have made from their brand. And so I am just trying to get the word out. And like I said, a couple of you, not more than a couple actually, have messaged me either in DMs or have commented on some of my videos that you are intrigued by this brand as well. And you did want me to do a dedicated video featuring this brand. So that is why I am doing it. So yes, Caramel Sundays is a small business out of Georgia. It's an American business. These are hand-poured candles. They are 100% soy wax, and they pride themselves on being non-toxic, phthalate-free, paraben-free, all of the things that are scary and concerning sometimes when we think about, especially if you're like me and you burn a lot of candles, a lot of the things that you don't really want getting into your lungs, they don't have in their products. So that is one of their like big selling points. um, they, their business model is a little bit different than some of the other companies that you may shop from. So typically, how their brand does things is they will have a launch once a month of candles. And also they include like some perfume, some hand soaps. There's a laundry detergent. I'm not going to cover all of those other products today, although I do highly recommend the laundry detergent. I will touch on that one at the end. But in general, candles is really where my eye gravitates towards with them. So once a month, they release a I would say, I mean, a fairly limited number of candles, and I think that has to do mainly with their ability to pour so many candles. Right, they're not this big giant factory like some other companies, so they release these candles once a month. Now, one of the things that I do appreciate about them is that they will let their buyers know, or they will let anybody who's interested in purchasing from them know approximately 3 to 4 weeks ahead of time what fragrances are going to be available in which candle formats, because they do have a couple of different formats available. They usually let that be known about 3 or 4 weeks ahead of time. So while the ability to get your hands on the candles seems a little bit Hunger Games, you really have to be on top of it. I do appreciate that they give their buyers the chance to really kind of like put together a wish list, decide what they want to get. So that way it doesn't feel like last minute, like FOMO, or like you're just trying to decide. And then by the time you decide, you're out. I will tell you that if that is going to be your strategy purchasing from this company, you will miss out. So the best way to shop is what I'm doing today. I'm going to share with you the candles that are going to be available. I'm going to share with you the fragrances. And then I will specifically share the fragrance notes of the candles that I am interested in purchasing. But what I have done is I have gone over onto their Instagram. I follow them on Instagram. I see some of the items that they're teasing. Then they will release a list of the fragrances that will be made available. Usually within the 2 weeks prior to their candles becoming available, they have them all listed on their website. So then you can go on the website and you can click on the candle, even though it'll say sold out because they're not available for purchase yet. You can at least read the fragrance notes and determine, that candle looked like something I was interested in. And now that I see the fragrance notes, not so much. Or vice versa. What happens to me is I click on it and I'm like, oh, actually, those fragrance notes sound really appealing. Onto my wish list that goes. And then what I do is I look at my budget and I say, okay, this is how much I have to spend this month. Now I'm going to kind of weed out which ones do I really have, which ones sound like something I already have in my collection, which ones sound like they would complement what's already in my collection. So that's always kind of my strategy going in, so that way when the launch actually happens, I have a plan. I get in, I get out within 2 minutes, because I'm not kidding you guys. If you wait 10 minutes, that it is more than likely some of the fragrances that you have had your eye on will be sold out. So feels a little intense, but I promise it's really not that bad. So the best way to get like early access to the sale is by texting the word candle to 77948. If you do that, that gets you on their text alert system, and you only have to do that once. You don't have to do that every month prior to the launch. You do that once, and then what they will do is that on launch day, usually about 2 or 3 minutes prior to the 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, they will text you and say, early access is now open. You click on the link. There is a code that you need to enter. They will include that code in your text. You enter that code and then you're free to shop. So that has been really, really beneficial for me. I kind of set a timer, or I set an alert on my Apple calendar to notify me, don't forget, Caramel Sundays launch. So that way I know that when that text comes through, I'm ready to go. Like, I am just ready to shop. The other thing that I did want to share with you is that you can save 10% on your order with the code NEWBIE, NEWBIE. I'll make sure I have it on the screen here for you. And as always, you guys, all of this information I'm talking about today will be listed in the description box down below. That way you can refer back to it. But if you text the code NEWBIE, or not text the code, I'm sorry. If you put the code newbie in on when you're doing your checkout with them. It will save you 10%. I've done that on my last couple of orders and never had any problem with it. And again, you guys, this isn't an affiliate. I'm not making a commission. I have no affiliation with them other than I just like their candles. So that's kind of the strategy that I use. So for this month, they are launching these candles that I am talking about today. This launch will be happening this Sunday, January 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, you guys remember, if you are in different time zones, similar to like when we've had like the Kringle Halloween drops or like any other really like anticipated Kringle drop, I always say take note of that Eastern Standard Time. If you are in a different time zone. I personally am 2 hours ahead of that. So this Sunday, when I want to get my hands on this, I got to be making sure that I am available at 5 o'clock my time to be able to place this order. So I hope that clarifies. If any of you guys have any more questions about that, please feel free to ask in the comment box down below. But now let's go ahead and talk about the products that are going to be offered. So they will have 2-wick candles, which you guys, those are the candles that you have seen in a lot of my empties videos. I've done a dedicated review. I've done a couple of dedicated reviews on some of their candles, and those have all been in this format that I'm going to touch on right now. Those have all been in the 2-wick format. They retail for $31.99. Now, that does include the shipping price. Shipping is free because it is built into their price. So I did want to let you guys know. And again, the only discount that they offer is that discount code newbie. The 2-wick candles have almost 18 ounces of wax. The website lists it specifically as 17.8 ounces of wax. The vessel itself, I believe, holds 22 ounces, it says, but I think that's basic like liquid water weight. The amount of wax is actually 17.8 ounces. So the fragrances that will be available in the 2 wicks are Sugar Plum, Capri, which they say that Capri is very similar to the, I think it's the Blue Volcano, the one that smells like Sunwash Citrus, Iced Berry Lemonade from Yankee, what's the other one? Essentials from Kringle. If you like those fragrances, then you will like Capri. I actually do have that in the laundry detergent. And it is very similar, I will say that, to my nose. Nanny's Kitchen, Luxe Linen. I have had that in the laundry detergent. That fragrance is very much for those of you who love clean, fresh laundry, kind of got that cotton vibe. You will like that fragrance. Lavender Cupcakes, I've heard that is a perennial fan favorite. Blueberry Pancake, Tobacco and Honey, Sea Salt, Gingered Apple, and Plain Jane. Now we're just going to take a moment real quick to talk about Plain Jane, because Plain Jane is their newest fragrance that is available in their laundry detergent. It is supposed to be inspired by and is very similar to the Diva Wash that a lot of people have talked about. I think it was really popular like a couple of years ago. There were a lot of influencers talking about it. I did purchase it the last launch, and I have to tell you guys, spoiler alert, when I go to talk about my wish list, I actually want to purchase another one of the laundry detergents in that fragrance because I love it. It is not your typical laundry fragrance. It's kind of floral but woody at the same time. It's slightly, I don't even want to say masculine, but I just love it. And for me personally, you guys know I've got 5 people in my family, so 32 ounces of laundry detergent is not going to go very far in my household, but what I use it on predominantly are my sheets and my towels because I do like the fragrance it gives off. All right, getting back to candles, they are also offering 3-wick candles this launch. Now, this is the first time that I will be able to purchase the 3-wick from them because I haven't been shopping from the brand long enough to remember them offering 3 wicks before, although they have said that they have done this before. So the 3-wick candles will also be $31.99, but you do want to pay attention because there is about 1 ounce less of wax in this vessel. This one will have 16.7 ounces of wax, but again, same price point, $31.99, except this one has 3 wicks. So the fragrances that will be offered in the 3 wicks are Toasted Pinecone. You guys know that was one of my favorite fragrances from 2024 that I tried. It made my top 20 list of the year. That is an amazing, like woody, it does smell like a pine cone. If you want to go back and check some of my candle chats or empties videos, I go a little bit more into detail, but that candle burned very nicely for me. I love the idea of it in a 3-wick because I did want it to be a little bit stronger in the 2-wick. So I'm excited that that one's going to be available in a 3-wick. Oats and molasses. I believe that that fragrance is what John and Sierra are saying is their favorite fragrance from this new lineup. Lemon pound cake, banana caramel crumble, yum, cranberry spice, winter mint, and vanilla noir. Now, I do believe Drew might touch on this in his video. Obviously, I haven't seen what he has filmed already, but Drew mentioned to me that I believe he reached out to them and asked if Vanilla Noir is similar to the Bath and Body Works men's body care that was out late last year. And I believe that, yes, Vanilla Noir for this candle is inspired by or is similar to that fragrance. So he might cover that a little bit more in his video, but I do remember him mentioning that to me. And then they do also offer a 4-wick candle, which you guys all know, I typically don't buy giant candles, but every once in a while, a couple catch my eye, and spoiler alert for my wish list, there are a couple here that have caught my eye. So the 4-wick candles retail for $64.99. They have 39.8 ounces of wax, so almost 40 ounces of wax. You're getting a pretty good deal. For those of you guys who maybe want a size comparison, 40 ounces of wax would essentially be the same amount of wax that you would find in 2 Homeworks candles, because those are about 18 ounces each. Or if you think of like a Homeworks Luxe, like 80 ounces, that's about half, half in a 40 ounce candle. For the fragrances that will be offered for that format, get my words. You guys, it's a little bit late in the day. You can probably tell by the lighting coming in. I had to scooch over a bit because it's later on in the afternoon than I typically like to film. And my front door over there, the angle of the winter sun, it can just be too bright, which is why I had to move myself over a little bit. But anyways, 4-wick candles that are going to be available are Sunday Morning Pancakes, Gingered Apple, Berry Pistachio Cream, Lemon Pound Cake, Oats and Molasses, Smoked Vanilla Whiskey, Coconut Cashmere, Cinnamon Coffee Custard, and Ice Cream Sandwiches. So that is a quick overview of the fragrances that will be available. I did want to remind you guys that I do have their website linked down below. Go ahead and visit the website. If any of those fragrances sound appealing to you, go ahead and go to the website and click on all of those, and you'll be able to pull up all the fragrance notes. I felt like this video would be too long if I went over the fragrance notes on every single one of those candles. So that's why I'm only going to touch on the fragrance notes that are on my wish list. But yeah, you can go to the website and check that out. So drum roll, please. Let's go ahead and see what is on my wish list. And I'm going to need some input from all of you. All right, so I have 2 candles in the 2-wick format on my wish list. The first one I will talk about is Nanny's Kitchen. I do believe that this is a fan favorite, although they did say that they reformulated this go around with it. I haven't seen it since I've been shopping from the brand, but again, that's only been a couple of months. So Nanny's Kitchen has top notes of butter, sugar, and pistachios, mid notes of clove, nutmeg, and cinnamon, base notes of tonka, vanilla, and almond. So this fragrance to me sounds like it's going to be a little bit spicy, but also I'm so intrigued by the almond and pistachio notes that are included in this fragrance, because I really, really love the way that Caramel Sundays incorporates pistachio into their fragrances. I had their pistachio cranberry fragrance. In fact, I have just finished burning that one up. You will see that in my empties video. And it was phenomenal. One of the best pistachio fragrances that I have ever burned. It's really, really good. So I was thinking, okay, since those notes are in there, I do want that. Now, typically, I am going to tell you, I am kind of heading out of the season where I want like those spicy gourmands. So part of me had a little bit of hesitation about putting this one on my wish list. But I just kept going back and forth, and I was like, no, I think this is one that I definitely want to at least get my hands on. Even if I don't burn it all right now, I can go ahead and burn some of it, and I'll hold on to it and then maybe do like a dedicated review later on down the road on it. The second 2-wick candle that keeps going on and off of my list because I'm looking at my budget and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go over budget here. Um, excuse me. The next candle that I do have on my wish list is Blueberry Pancake. So the top notes listed are blueberry, peach, and orange zest, mid notes of cinnamon, almond, and coconut, and base notes of condensed milk, sugar, and vanilla musk. Now, I am the type of person, not only am I a seasonal burner, but I tend to gravitate towards different fragrances depending upon what time of day it is. So there are some fragrances that I have in my collection, but like I might not reach for them in the morning because in my mind, I feel like they're a little bit more deeper, sophisticated scent that I would enjoy probably more in the evening. I know I'm weird. Not everybody's like that. I know there's a bunch of you who are just like, I just burn for whatever mood I am in. I think of Wanda. She always says that she's a mood burner. But yes, this fragrance to me, because it has those top notes of like a fruity top note, and I have loved like blueberry muffin types of fragrances. This one really, really has me intrigued. I do also think that this would complement a lot of other fragrances that I currently have in my collection. So again, I felt like this is going to be a good purchase for me to go ahead and try out. Now, I do also have 2 candles in the 3-wick. I'm going to say on my wish list, although I do want to give a little caveat for that. One of my caveats with the 3 wicks here is that I am deciding to purchase candles that I haven't burned yet and that I know that I will burn this time of year. So you will notice that even though I love the fragrance Toasted Pinecone and I do plan to repurchase Toasted Pinecone, I did reach out to them and ask like, "Hey, are you planning to bring Toasted Pinecone back next year?" And they said, "Yes." So for me, even though I want another Toasted Pinecone in my collection, I know that I'm not going to burn it right now. And so therefore, because I have a budget that I have set for spending here, I need to prioritize candles that I feel like I would burn prior to next fall or winter. Toasted Pinecone is a beautiful fragrance. Like I said, if you like a good kind of like woodsy type of scent, it's not masculine cologne type of woodsy, not at all. It actually smells like a pine cone. It's got a little bit of like crisp air behind it, but there's also a warmth to it. Oh, it's just fantastic. And it blends well with a lot of fall and winter fragrances. But again, you guys, because of where I live, I am starting to gravitate more towards spring type of scents. So I just don't see myself burning it right now. But it is an honorable mention, and it is one that I would highly, highly recommend if you do like fragrances like that and you're not seasonal. But the 3-wick candles, can any of you guys guess which ones are probably on my list? I'll let you go ahead and comment down below if you feel like you know what ones are you're going to see. Drum roll, please. Nobody's going to be surprised to see this one. Lemon pound cake. Of course, you know that this one is coming home to me. Top notes of lemon and lemon peel. Mid notes of butter. Base notes of cake, vanilla, and sugar. Now, I am your girl here who loves Homeworks' limoncello cupcake. I do like Bath and Body Works limoncello, and they've had like a lemon pound cake type of fragrance in the past. I do like that one. I do love Kringle Candles, lemon sugar marshmallow. I love a good gourmand bakery lemon type of fragrance. So of course my eye immediately went to this one and I said, absolutely, I do want to purchase this one. The other fragrance that probably will not surprise you to see on this list is Banana Caramel Crumble. Top notes of warm bananas, mid notes of butter and caramel, and base notes of cinnamon sugar and cake batter. And I will tell you, this was one that I was kind of like, I'm really intrigued by it, but I wasn't sure initially until I saw the fragrance notes. I was like, is that going to lean kind of like Bananas Foster from Kringle? Or is that going to lean, once I saw the fragrance notes, I'm like, is that going to lean a little bit more like Hummingbird Tea Cake from Bath and Body Works? So this, or maybe it's just going to be its own individual unique fragrance, which is probably what it's going to be. But either way, I love both of those other fragrances that I mentioned from the other brands. And I thought this one definitely sounds like it would be right up my alley. And now here we go, you guys. I have never purchased a 4-wick from the brand, but I feel like the time is now. The time has come because There was initially only one candle in here that I thought, yes, I'm going to get that in the 4-wick. And then they added another one. So the first candle that is on my wish list, again, no surprise here, is the Berry Pistachio Cream. We have top notes of blackberry and blueberry, mid notes of creamy custard, and a base note of pistachio and graham cracker. Now, I think for me, this sounds like it's going to be a very unique fragrance. I love the idea of a blackberry and blueberry combination. I think sometimes of like Homeworks' farm stand blueberry when I see that combination. But then I see the pistachio and the graham cracker and I think, okay, and there's a custard note. So I'm like, is this going to be kind of, you guys know I loved Homeworks' blueberry cheesecake, but this also seems like it's going to be very different because there's that pistachio note in there. So all of the fragrance notes on this candle just have me highly, highly intrigued. And again, knowing that there are other candles in my collection, like pistachio and toasted vanilla from Bath and Body Works, that I would likely burn with this candle. I feel like this is a candle that I feel safe purchasing it in a 4-wick because I think that this is something that I will definitely enjoy for maybe a couple of years, to be honest with you. So that was the only one for a while that was sitting on my wish list. And then last week, they said ice cream sandwiches. And you all know here at my channel, what was my #1 candle from 2024? From Kringle Candle, it was ice cream sandwiches. So I went, you guys know, I headed over to the website so quickly and I hit on this picture, and sure enough, top notes. I was like, I'm really intrigued to see what their take is on ice cream sandwiches. Top notes: coconut, whipped cream, strawberry ice cream. Mid notes: chocolate chip cookie dough. Base notes of sugar cookie, berries, and vanilla. So while I do see some similar elements in this candle to Kringle's version of ice cream sandwiches, I also see some differences here because I do see like a cookie note in here, which I don't really detect much of in the ice cream sandwiches candle from Kringle. That is definitely more like a I get the coconut, I get dark chocolate, I get kind of like a macadamia nut type of vibe in there. So that candle, I love it. Like, I love it. You guys, my budget is over. With all of these, if I purchase all of these candles on my wish list, I am definitely going to be going over my budget. However, I keep going back and forth, and it's so funny. I have a couple of other creators over on Instagram who I've been messaging with, and she's like, girl, don't do it. They're going to release ice cream sandwiches later on down the line. You don't need the big one. And I'm like, I know, but also there's part of me that's like trying to justify being like, but maybe I need to compare it to Kringles so that way everybody would know, what's the comparison here. So I don't know, you guys, you let me know in the comment box down below. Would you like me to purchase ice cream sandwiches? I mean, not only because you want your girl here to enjoy the candle, but also for comparative measures in case this candle is released in a smaller format in a couple of months. They do say that this is a summer preview, so that does make me think. And again, the person that I was talking to over on Instagram, she was saying, I'll put her Instagram down below. It's Fragrance Snob X. She was saying that she's been purchasing from Caramel Sundays for a while, and she says it is very likely that that will be coming in a smaller format in a couple of months. So that's where I feel a little bit torn because I know that I'm going to like the fragrance, but then I'm also like, well, I'm over budget. Can I wait to purchase it? But then I go back to the like, yes, but for my channel. And I've had a couple of people actually already reach out to me and say like, hey, I'd love it if you could compare that candle to Kringles. I have 2 of Kringles in my backup stash. So I'm just like, what's a girl going to do? Honestly, you guys, I'm probably going to end up purchasing it, just to be honest with you. Peeling back the curtain a little bit, I am actually getting ready to go on a vacation in about a week and a half. And you know how you get when you start to be on vacation mode. It's like, oh, money's no object. And I have a feeling that that might hit right before I go on vacation because that's when these candles are being launched. So anyways, you guys, that is my wish list. Let me know in the comment box down below if you have purchased from this brand. Are you planning to shop for the very first time from them? Please just let me know in the comments down below. I really like giving an independent business, a small business, a shout out here on my channel. I would love to discover more. If you guys have other small businesses that make excellent products, let me know in the comment box down below. I will be really honest with you guys. I do not like paraffin wax for me personally. I have some concerns about paraffin wax. So if it's a paraffin wax based candle brand, probably not going to be for me, but I do love like soy wax. I like coconut wax. So if you guys have some other small businesses that you would like to see featured on my channel every once in a while, let me know. But yeah, this is very, very exciting. So again, comment down below if you are planning to purchase and let me know what's on your wish list as well. It's kind of fun to get that conversation going in the community. I do once again want to say thank you so much to my friend Drew for collaborating with me on this video. I'm really excited to see what is on his wish list. He and I have kind of shared ours back and forth with each other, but I'm sure that we've altered them just a little bit over the last couple of days. So I'm very curious to see what his picks are going to be. But anyways, I do want to say thank you so very, very much for watching this video, for spending some time here with me today. Again, please hit thumbs up if you found this video helpful or informative. Consider subscribing if you're new. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.